Hey, what's up, Dance Fam? Welcome to Dance Chats with me, your host, Ashley Rich. This podcast is exclusively for dance parents. So, from choosing dance studios to tips on supporting your dancer, this is your one-stop shop to help you navigate your child's dance journey with wisdom, grace, and purpose. So, with that, let's jump in. Hello, Dance Fam. Welcome to Dance Chats with Ashley Rich. I am super excited for our second episode, and I know it took me forever. My family's been sick. We went on a spring break vacation and all the stuff. So here we are. I'm excited, though, because today I have a special guest. And today we're going to be talking about tips on how to support your dancer during the comp season, pre, during, and post-comp, because we all know it gets real. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce my special guest, my bestie, and someone I actually consider more than a bestie, my sister, the one and only Katie LaDuca.
Hi, Ash. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm so happy you're here. Guys, if you didn't know, we met teaching together years ago. And I was like, wait, this girl needs to be my friend because she's hilarious, super talented. And we just clicked, and she's danced with my dance company. I mean, we've gone to comp as teachers together. Katie is pretty epically talented, so I'm going to have her share a little bit about her. Go for it, Katie.
Thanks, Ash. So I am a performer and dance teacher based in New York City. And I have been teaching for about, I think we're on 10 years maybe.
Awesome.
Which is crazy. And I am currently on faculty at two wonderful dance studios, and I set a lot of competition choreography throughout the season on different dance studios around the really United States. I've been a lot of places setting choreography.
Let's go, Katie LaDuca.
And I love competition. I grew up competing, and there's honestly, it's scary how much I love it. I just do.
So that's Katie. She is the sunshine of the world. She's amazing. No, there's not a lot of teachers like Katie, and this is why I really wanted to bring her on. Besides the fact that I love her and she's one of my besties, she really, truly cares, and I think it's really important for you guys to hear from teachers of integrity, because a lot of times I think we forget, like, dance also translates, like the lessons that they learn translates to life as well. So that's why we take it so serious, because we know we don't want to fumble the ball. I always say don't fumble the ball. You know, we have a mic, so we don't, when I say that mic, not like literally, but with these kids in class, we have the option to speak life into them or to discourage. And I have always seen Katie do that with integrity. She encourages, she uplifts, she reminds them to be purposeful and intentional with everything they do. So that is why she's here. This is how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna share a tip, Katie's gonna share a tip, and then we're gonna have a bonus tip together for each section. So we have what to do pre-comp, what to do during comp, and what to do post-comp. If you're listening to this and you're like, these tips sound so basic, sometimes we need to be reminded of the basics, or maybe hear it from a different perspective and just know that everything that we're saying, we're sharing it from our hearts. And this is truly a podcast that is intended to uplift you guys and to empower you with how to navigate this crazy dance world with all the good things in mind. Yes? So my first one for pre-comp is to show excitement. And what I mean by showing excitement is not just excitement for the competition within itself, but really use language like, I'm so excited to see you share your gift, and reminding them that that's what this is for, to share their hearts, that you're excited to see all of that they've been working on. They've been working on these pieces, these dances, since the beginning of fall. So just remembering that they've put in so many hours, and you guys are seeing the end result of a process that has been, really stressful for them in some cases, or hard, or they've had to overcome, not getting choreography, all these things that go into character building during the choreography process, they have put into this dance. So, or dances, if your child has multiple dances that they're performing. So I would just say show excitement that you're going to get to see them on stage performing. That is my first tip. Katie?
I love that.
Thank you.
I would say something that I think is really helpful is to set specific intentions when you go, because then it becomes not about the competitionness of it. It's really just bettering ourselves so we become a better dancer and a better performer in person every single time we hit that stage. And you can't focus on everything. You just pick one thing. We set one goal per dance, and we complete that goal, and congratulations. The minute you step off stage, you completed that goal, and that's what it's about, right? So it's not about the trophy. It's not about the placement, gold, silver, platinum for perfection. It's just about loving dance, sharing your gift, and growing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So our bonus for this, for pre-comp, is to be mindful. To be mindful that how you start and go into comp is pretty much how it's going to be during it. Your words, and like I said, showing excitement and setting intentions, keeping that same energy, being excited, and trying not to show the stress, because your dancer will take that on and it will affect their mindset going into it. So just be mindful. Katie, do you have anything to add to that one?
Yeah, and I would say focus on what's important. What are the important things here, right? It's not the trophy. It's not the outcome, because then all of a sudden their worth is tied to this placement that they get. And that is detrimental to everyone. So I think knowing that they have fun, that they make connections with other kids, that they are loving and kind to themselves and others, that they're present, and that they stay grateful, because it's really, like you said, it's like a celebration of just what we love to do. And then that sets them up to go out into the world to be kind and gracious and all those things. Again, dance is more than dance. It teaches so much more than dance.
So true. Oh, I love that. All right, so we're going to move on to during comp. You guys are going to hear me say Mama Rich 50,000 times, because she was such a big inspiration for starting this podcast, because I just feel like she really was such a great dance mom. So my second one is something that she used to do for me during comp, is affirm me. Homegirl affirmed me before every single dance, but she would just in her way say, hey Ash, go up and do your thing. You're going to do great. Have fun. And I can't wait to watch you. But she did it for every dance. And having that moment with her before I went, backstage with my dance teacher meant the world. Not her stressing, about my hair and all of this. She let the dust settle and then would affirm me before I went on stage. And I literally would go on stage feeling like a superstar, because I was regardless of what happens, I know my mom is out there. Yeah. And she just is gonna think I'm the best thing ever on earth. And it doesn't matter. So important. Right? Yeah. An insider tip, I used to always forget my solo. When I see dancers on stage forgetting their solo, I'm I feel you. I was a kid. Yeah. And my mom, instead of stressing me out before don't forget your solo again, she'd be like, Ash, how you feeling? Are we going to remember it this time? It would kind of make it lighthearted. So I was okay, that was something that I really had to push through. And she didn't make it a thing if you don't do your solo correctly, you're out of dance. She literally would just approach it lighthearted. And I would be all right, so even if I don't remember it, it's all good. And I would go up there and do my best. Because the stakes are
not high. Or it's okay. It's a dance competition. We really need to focus again on what's important.
No, I 100% agree. So it shaped my whole competition experience, because I was yo, I know my mom has my back. She's going to just be so sweet. She's going to encourage me, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to go up there and share my gift, and honestly, I feel like that has gone into my career now. Like if I don't get things, or I messed up in an audition, or don't get a dance teaching job, or whatever the case may be, I'm like, well, it's not for me. And it's going to be okay, because I literally go back to when I was little and my mom telling me that. I literally picture it. I picture it to this day. I'm in my 30s. And the foundation that she set and the tone she set when I was a kid and a teenager competing still stays with me now. So just know that the positivity that you speak into your kid's life and over your child in dance matters, right? So that was my tip. LaDuca?
Yeah. My tip, which is not surprising coming from me, is focus on the fun.
I love that.
Because at the end of the day, we're there because we love dance. You know, it's just like they can release all of that pressure. It's not about, they have nothing to prove. They just have something to share. You know, that quote, I love that quote. Yeah.
That
it's
is
like,
amazing.
I heard, yes, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like, it really resonated with me, because I'm like, that's what's important, right? So.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. So good. So, don't take this lightly. It might be simple. Sometimes the simplest things are the most effective, though. Our bonus. Okay, if you know me, I overuse this all the time. And I feel like the Lord gives me this, so I need to give it to others. And that is grace. Giving grace, showing grace, just remembering that everybody deserves grace, especially in comp. Your child might get mad because they have a quick change, and they might have a sassy response to you when you're helping them. Give them grace, okay? I know it's hard. I have been that child. I'm not going to act like I was just always so kind and loving to Mama Rich during comp. I'm sure I was sassy. I actually remember a wig situation that happened that I was spicy with her, but I know how it gets. But also having grace for your studio owners, the teachers, the competition, if they're running off schedule, like knowing that life happens, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, just decide before you go into comp, I'm going to give grace to everyone, and I'm going to give grace to myself as a parent also, because it can be stressful. I think if you just remember, like, just like you want grace and, you want people to understand your perspective, give that to others during comp, because it can get really weird sometimes when it comes to giving grace and being patient with others. But Katie, what are your thoughts about giving grace during comp?
I think that it's important. I think giving grace during comp allows them to focus on giving grace to others in their lives. So I think if you put it into practice, if you put it into practice there, like, it translates. Everything we do in the classroom, at competition, at recital, it translates outside.
Yep. So true. Life lessons, y'all. Okay. Well, that wraps up our during. Now post. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite things ever that my mom used to do as well, is celebrate. Like, we would go celebrate. I just knew that after comp, I don't care if I got a silver or a platinum, or they have like diamonds now. Whatever award I got, I knew that we were going to go celebrate, and it was going to be a celebration, and I was going to feel like, I don't care if I singled my foot and fell out of 50 turns. My mom was going to be like, girl, you did it. Literally.
Yes.
And that's not her just like, faking, my dance teacher used to say faking the funk. But it's not even that. It's more so like just being like, you got on stage. That was brave.
It's a huge feat. Like, think about it. To be judged as yourself, and for any child especially to get up there and just do anything, that should be celebrated. Like, let's forget the dancing for a bit, you know what I mean? To get up, and that's a lot of people. Like, it's a very vulnerable position.
No, I agree. Especially, nowadays we have so many pieces that are like very vulnerable. We're asking dancers to dance about loss, to dance about joy, whatever it may be. They're in these elaborate dances that do require them to be vulnerable. So I think it's super important to celebrate, give them, even if you're telling them before comp, like, hey, at the end of the weekend, no matter what happens, you're going to celebrate because you did your best, right? And I know that my mom used to make a little girls' weekend of it, and it was just so fun. And I used to feel like yeah, we're going to comp, but I'm also going to hang out with my mom. So that was my 2 cents. LaDuca.
Yeah, I mean, I have written down being gracious and how to accept other people's opinions and not take things personally. Like, there will be times as a teacher that I'll like be playing critiques, right? And maybe a judge will be like, I think this should be in a jazz category or a different category. And I'll say to my kids, like, okay, that's great. That's their opinion, right? But we're going for their opinions, right? So it's like, yes, we need to learn how to take those opinions on and not let it damage our self-worth and our value. Ooh. Right? Because, like, I want my kids to know that regardless, they have things to offer the world. It's not, and it's about how you're going to go on stage and share and make other people feel, right? So because everything is very intentional, it helps when you're training like that. Because
100%.
to hear for them to hear back how what they've been giving makes other people feel regardless. And when you develop that love of dance, they're going to be more receptive to when we get into things like when I give them notes and when when they need to do the harder work, like conditioning. No one likes to do push-ups and crunches and whatnot.
Likes to do
but
it.
When you love dance, right? The foundation of it is built on love. But that's got to be trained, and it's something that has to be taught.
Yes.
From the base. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. Being gracious. I think that's important, and remembering to remind them to say thank you, because we do put our hearts into it. And we truly do care about, the students we have. So just a simple thank you so much. Thank you. And reminding them to say those things, that's a part of being gracious too. And grateful. And we want them to be grateful, to be gracious, to be kind. Humans first, dancers second. It matters how your dancer acts. Their integrity and their character matters. The people that I want to work with now, as having my own company, I want to work with dancers who are kind, who are gracious.
It's so funny. I was just telling them that last week. I'm like,
really?
Everyone's talented. It's like, but everyone can dance, everyone can sing. When you get to that, everyone can do this. But can you take direction? Are you a team player? Are you kind? Like, that's the other thing is, like, the dance community is small, and the industry is small. And it matters. It really matters how you treat people.
No, you're right. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I've always just done everything right. But that's why we're here, to try to make sure that we can help you. This is an interesting thing. Like Katie said, the community is small. The dance community is small. Like, the kids that they'll see at comp now, they might be dancing within an audition in college, or in a dance program at college, or an audition in New York, or wherever they decide to go with their dance career. You never know when you're going to see that person again. You just never know. So
yeah,
it's best to just be kind and loving and all the good things. But the last one for our bonus is just to remember that you set the tone. You set the tone going in, during, and after. And I think that's such a beautiful responsibility. A heavy responsibility, of course. Yes. But I also think it's beautiful that you get to set the tone. And like I said, obviously I'm in my 30s now, and telling you guys stories about what my mom used to do when I was young still is impactful. So that is our bonus. Katie, do you have something to add to that last one about setting the tone?
Yeah. And I think that it's also important, like, to let the dancers have their feelings, right? Because they could come off stage and maybe they're not as proud of what they would have done, right? They were like, oh, I just wanted to do a little bit better. And I think it's important to let them, like, have that. But then after they say that, then it's like, okay, great. So, like, okay, we could have our feelings, but now we're going to move on and we're going to keep dancing. And the love of dance is still there. And there's going to be a next time, right? This is not the last time you're ever going to do anything.
100%.
So,
and what's funny is when you are intentional, when you operate in grace and kindness and all these things during the experience, the dancers have such a better experience and they tend to do better because they're not placing their value in. Obviously, you're at competition. You want to do well. We get it. We're not saying, like, just go on there and just disregard that you're at a competition.
Right.
No, go there, do your best, but remember that you need to have the right intentions for what you're doing. You're sharing your gift, and you want to be there seeing what is my level compared to other dancers that dance the same amount as me.
Mm-hmm. You would be surprised how well they'd actually end up doing if you
Seriously.
approached it, you know,
with a better mindset.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 100% sure that they will do better. And then if they don't place, let's say they do great at one comp, the next comp they don't. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know, they could have an off day, but just reminding them of what matters. Did you share your gift? Did you have fun doing it? Do you know what you want to do to get better next time? All right, let's go celebrate.
That's
and
great.
Leaving it like that.
Yes, that's it.
Seriously. Yes. So that wraps up our tips, but I really truly hope that this was helpful, because we want competition to be a better experience for everyone. We want it to be a better experience for you guys, because you guys invest so much. Parents invest so much in dance.
Yeah.
We know the sacrifice. It's not just money. It's also time away from family. You know, it's
Traveling,
a lot. So we're, as teachers and choreographers, we're grateful for you guys, because obviously if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do either. So that's why we say it's a team effort. Like, we need you. So, you know, let's just make it even better. Let's continue to grow, and let's keep rising.
I love it.
But I'm also excited for another thing. And I waited to the end because it is so exciting. And Katie LaDuca is a part of this announcement. And I'm so excited to announce that A-Rich Dance, if you didn't know, that's my dance company that I have like different programs and stuff. We are having our first ever in-person summer intensive this summer. Yay! I'm super excited. It's called Summer of Purpose, the Experience. We've done Summer of Purpose before online. We created it during the pandemic, but I just really felt like this was the summer to do it in person in New York City. I used to live there. Obviously, that's where I met Katie. And I have a lot of awesome students that I still work with there. Katie has a lot of awesome students, and I'm hoping that it brings non-New Yorkers out too. But I'm super excited. It's in July 22nd through the 24th. And you guessed it, Katie will be in attendance as a teacher, mentor, and I'm super pumped because she's awesome and incredible, and I'm so excited to have her a part of the team. We're also going to have 2 other teachers alongside us. We will announce them at a later date, but I'm super excited. They'll be all fusion styles: jazz fusion, contemporary fusion, musical theater fusion, which if you're a musical theater, obviously you do fusion anyways. There's so many different styles that are incorporated, so it's so important to have that skill. And also hip-hop fusion. So I'm pumped. I'm so pumped. They're not just going to get classes. They're totally going to get mentoring. We're going to set intentions each day. We're going to make sure that they are clear on what they want from dance. That is our goal. That they walk out inspired, and they're like, this is what I want to do in dance. This is what inspires me. This is what I want out of a career, or this is what I want out of my next dance season. And for it to be an inspiration longer than a week after the intensive, hopefully we want it to last longer, and that they walk out feeling renewed, inspired, and all the good things. Because honestly, let's get real, there's like 1,000 intensives, but I thought it was important because I see working with all these dancers, there's some kind of disconnect right now, and I wanted to create a summer intensive that was different, that it's not just about their dancing and training, but also about their mind, body, soul. And I want them to walk out feeling like, I'm loved, I'm seen, I have a gift in dance, and it's so much bigger than me, and I want to share it with the world. And if they walk out like that, we have accomplished our mission. So check out the website, arichdance.com, under intensives, and make sure you register and apply soon, because capacity is limited. But I would love to see some familiar faces and some new faces. But I'm excited. Katie, are you excited?
I'm so pumped. It's going to be so fun. We love dance. Yay!
I love dance. We love dance. This has been awesome. That wraps up this episode of Dance Chats. I'm so excited that I had Katie, and I just feel so honored that you did this. Thank you so much, my love.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love you, and what you do is amazing.
Thank you. I love you too. Well, guys, I hope you check out part 2 of this, and it will be something different. So check it out. It will be out probably within the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram at Dance Chats Podcast. And I hope you guys have a beautiful and amazing and blessed week. Hope you feel loved and seen too, because you are. And just remember that you're amazing. Your kids are amazing. We can do this. You got this. Be blessed. Bye.
Well, Dance Fam, once again, my name is Ashley Rich, and I want to thank you for listening to Dance Chats, the podcast that helps dance parents navigate their child's dance journey with wisdom, grace, and purpose. To connect with me, you can find me on Instagram at Dance Chats Podcast or on my website, www.arichdance.com. I have so many offerings that have been built to help dancers become their best, so check it out. Until next time, lots of love.